It's week 4 of the NFL, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the 49ers and the Patriots, and it's coming up next.
From a venue that's been sold out since it opened back in 2002, here's a look at the home of the Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the San Francisco 49ers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
The numbers for Sermon in last week's game: 21 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Lance looking to throw it. This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Sermon now on 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. And, Charles, we get a look here at the key inactives, and I tell you what, a big list for being this early in the season.
If there's any silver lining at all, you're hoping you can get these guys back, and now you'll play well down the stretch with them. But what you're also hoping is that the guys who have to play for them, the next man up mentality.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Christian Barmore, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center of the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. He'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for him. On second down, it's Sermon. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And Lance now to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. To throw again on second down, Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. To throw, it's Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And McManus able to put it through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So out come the Patriots here to get their first shot on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards the pick up there.
How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
3 yards remain for second down. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring out 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense led by George Kittle. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because, you know, all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Lance. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. To throw again on second down. Lance. That's Samuel caught left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. So that'll back him up 5. Here's Lance. Catch is made by Hurd. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. The Lance going to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Lance looks to throw again. And able to haul it in is Kittle. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So this drive spans 7 plays, and the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. Looking downfield for Godwin. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Chris Godwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that ball traveling 68 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to a field goal. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Play action. Now it's Lance. He'll find Sermon out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did. Lance, a give now to Sermon.
still going. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. This defense for the Pats, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
So into Pats territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2nd down and 8. Throwing now is Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes.
For a rookie first rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field. And that brings up 4th. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. New England trying to get to place on offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
I mean,
that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw into the hands of Kirk. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Looking to throw. Jones. And one more time, here's Kirk. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Jones. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Jones now on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. That's Webb. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines.
Let's go.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. First man through, it's the fullback use check. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Lance. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Lance to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
On first down, Lance. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the handoff, Sermon. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Lance. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 13-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Pats are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing to start the drive. Jones looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold into it, but a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Lance now on 1st down. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Another carry here for the fullback, Juszczyk. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Sermon. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 9, Lance. Gets this one to Juszczyk. An agile move and a nice gain, then dropped at the 25-yard line. Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. Got his target, Samuel. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a handoff, Sermon. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. And they go jet sweep with a former running back, Hurd. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. On play action, Lance. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. The kick by McManus is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the gun, Jones. And caught by Henry. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Now Jones. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. Back to throw again. He'll air this one out for Kirk. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And down inside the 10 at the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge, a successful one. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Lance now on 1st down. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that's caught inside the 35. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To throw, it's Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Another try after the 1st down sack. Lance. That's Samuel, caught left side. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Now Lance. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Dietrich Wise coming in to drop it for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we get you down the coast. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. the Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick, but instead it's 3rd down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one. Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They're on top here as they come up on a 1st and 10, trying to make amends for that loss week at the hands of Seattle. The Lance going to throw. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Now a play fake. Lance. Rolling to his left. And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On the quick handoff, it's Juszczyk. Broken tackle. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now it's Sermon fighting through. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give to the fullback on the dive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A play fake for Sermon. Now Lance. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Now a run with Sermon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Ahead of the chains now. 2nd and 2. And Lance now to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Working from the gun. Lance. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Sermon. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
And back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal. Lance looking to throw it. Touchdown! That's caught. Jalen Hurd. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season, is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New England's offense set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones, and he rifles one incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And right side, Henry's got it. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. The Patriots send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Lance. Buying time to his left. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Lance. He finds his man, complete. It's Banks. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. That's on the guard, Laken Tomlinson. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They give to Sermon out of the gun. And shedding through the tackle. 80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it.
But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 23. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Sermon now on 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. That is Tomlinson who is down. Boy, not what they want to see. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Jones throw into the hands of Kirk. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
57, Mike.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Jones. A bullet throw, but incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And look at this. It's a fake. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. The drive starts with a carry by Sermon. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 89 yards rushing for him now to this point. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. On 2nd down, another shot for Sermon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
To the right side, this is Sermon. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. On 2nd down, it's Sermon. And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots 16. The Niners on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Stays on his feet, and he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
Let's go.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Lance, a give now to Sermon. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Trey Sermon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. So, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, it looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
McManus's point after is good, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
I got you, son.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. He's got a man complete. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Christian Kirk, 83 yards. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Oh, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Sermon. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Sermon. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's taken to the 26. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Patriots take over. Christian Kirk and company heading back onto the field. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Jones. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a 1st down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
I'm gonna run you over.
Jones on 1st down. Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Webb, and he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. He finds his man. Complete. It's Graves. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd down and goal. Jones Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Pats have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point right down the middle. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And, oh, boy, something you certainly don't want to see. Deebo Samuel still down. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run once more with Sermon. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On 3rd down, here's Sermon. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So now Jones and the Patriots down by 12. 1:52 to play. Field goals useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. To throw is Jones. Over the middle, complete. That's Webb. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. And that one results in 35 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Jones. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Now Jones. Complete. Smith has it. And he's got this down to the 35. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Jones. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's Jones. Smith catches left side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now Jones. And that will be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
All right, right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Webb. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Man, that ain't made no sense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Someone moved, flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
Let's go, baby.
19 Tiger.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. 57's Mike.
Back to throw again. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Harris has it over the middle. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film.